All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back with you. One of my fan members and my last live to excavate. Can we talk about the albino? Because I need to know what's up with that. So I was gone for a minute and I had to do my deep research. But ladies and gentlemen, we got, look at that beautiful albino right there, ladies and gentlemen. Did you know there were two types of albinos? Give me my theme music. Give me my theme music. Yeah. Y'all know how we do. I don't even get started till I see 1,000 in the chat. Tap that freaking screen. Share this freaking video. Make sure you follow the channel. We gonna go in today, ladies and gentlemen. We talk about the albino. What do you know about the albino? We always hearing these, oh, the albinos come from Africa makes everybody. Oh, do they? We're going to get down to how the albino was made today. Do you know there's different types of albinos? People don't even know that. I'm going to say it again. Do you know there's different types of albinos? You don't even know that. Let's go. Tap that screen. I ain't even getting started today, ladies and gentlemen. I ain't even get started. I had to put the African albino up there first. Look at it, ladies and gentlemen. Look at it. Don't you look good? Let's go. Come on in. Come on in. I finally got the studies. I finally got down to the albinos. Let's go. Tap that freaking screen. I ain't even getting started until I see 1,000. Let's go. What do you know about the albino? Let's go. Woo! You know how we do, ladies and gentlemen. And just in case you was checking, of course they are. They're only human. Flesh and blood. We're made. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. If you got albinos in your family, come on. Human. We're born to make mistakes. A lot of times they want to say they ain't human. Hold on. Let's go. Come on, tap that screen. Did you know in Tanzania, the albino got to watch out? Did you know that in Africa, they be mistreating the albino? Let's get down to it today, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get it done. Let's cover it. Let's squash it. The albinos is up. Let's go. We're only human. Flesh and blood. We're made. Ladies and gentlemen, I got a nice one for you today. We talking about the albinos. Man, born to make mistakes. Y'all better tap that screen. Y'all know I ain't getting started. Till y'all tap that screen. Man, of flesh and blood, amen. And I want to say thank you to those to that college student who's studying for his PhD, who said, excavate, I'm gonna write my dissertation on the information that you brought out today. Shout out to them. Let's go. You want to know about the albino? Oh, I guess y'all don't want to know about the albino. Nobody ain't tapping that screen. I guess y'all don't want to know about the albinos. Because we ain't getting started, ladies and gentlemen. Do you know there's different types of albinos? I didn't even know that, huh? Oh, they don't just come from Africa. Hold on, tap that screen. Human, of flesh and blood. Well, man, we always get this thing, but oh, the albino come from Africa. Oh, do they? Human, we're born to make mistakes. Oh, the albino is all over the planet. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Human, of flesh and blood. Amen. I'm going to reboot it. Tap that freaking screen for the albinos across the planet. Tap that screen. Do you know there's all types of albinos? Do you know where the albinos come from? Let's go. Hit that music. I'm not even getting started until y'all tap that screen. We talking about the albinos of the planet. Because a long time, Africa been getting a bad rap. Talk about the albinos came up. The African is the only one. African can make everybody. Oh, is that right? Oh, that's how we talk about it? I'm only human. That's not African. Born to make mistakes. Hold on. What about this one? That's not African. Hold on. We're only human. We're born to make mistakes. A long time Africa been getting a bad rap. The albinos in Africa is getting a bad rap. Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to clear it up, and hopefully the Africans can understand to stop doing things to the albinos, man. Let's go. Stop disrespecting your brothers and sisters. Let's go. Yeah, did you know there's two types of albinos? Did you know? There's two types, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, there's two types now. Come on. It's an ancient DNA. Hold on. Let's get down to it. We got many types of albinos. We got many types all across the planet. That's not what you trying to, a black albino from America. Hold on. Only human of flesh and blood women. We got albinos from everywhere. Come on. Human. Born to make mistakes. Tap that screen. Today we talk about the albinos because one of my followers, like SFA, I want to know about the albinos. And when you join the fan club by hearting me, you have the authority to ask me a question. And if I don't know the answer, I'm going to go find the answer. Tap that freaking screen. I'm not getting started until I see 1,000 in the chat. Heart me. Let's go. Human flesh and blood. Well, man, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'll be eating my food. We will not be talking about the albinos. Tap that screen. Make mistake. Yeah. Human. Human. Born to me. But that could do better than that, ladies and gentlemen. That could do better than that. They say the albinos came out of Africa. Hold on, what's that? What's that? That's not Africa? What's that talking about? Albinos came from Africa. Y'all don't know too much. That's the problem. We are destroyed because of lack of knowledge. Tap that freaking screen. Do you know the albinos are not only from Africa? Come on now. Come on, y'all. We're only human. If you're human, tap that freaking screen. Tap that screen. We're going to keep going until we get to the 1,000 in the chat. Y'all can do better than that. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. I know you can do better than that. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. That's not African. That's not African. What y'all talking about? I'm only human. We almost there, ladies and gentlemen. We got 550. Tap that freaking screen. We're only human. We're born to make mistakes. All right, cut it. Cut it, goddamn. We're going to get down to the bottom of the African albino. We're going to get down to the bottom of what makes you albino. We're going to get down to the bottom of where the albinos come from. We're going to get down to the bottom of it. But until you tap that screen, I'm not getting started. So y'all can take your time all you want. I ain't got nowhere to go just yet. I got a little bit of time to hang out with y'all. So if y'all want to know about the albinos, hey, it's all good. I made it for my followers. You know I gotta eat weird. You feel me? You gotta eat like the ancestors. You get me? So if y'all want to know about the albino, tap that freaking screen. Tap that freaking screen. We almost there, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, y'all can do better than that. I know y'all can do better than that. Tap that screen so we can get started. Because, ladies and gentlemen, I got a good one. Oh, what that? Ladies and gentlemen, I got a good one for you today, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, we got the answers today, ladies. You know how your main man SB do. You know how your main man SB do. I got PhDs writing dissertations on my information. You know how we do. Tap that freaking screen. We almost there. Come on. I know y'all can do better than that. I know y'all can do better than that. Come on, chat. Come on, chat. I know y'all can do better than that. I know it's early. I know you're tired. But if you want to know about the albinos today, tap that freaking screen so we can go ahead and get started. Tap that screen so we can get started. If you want to know about the albinos, look at her. She's beautiful. Tap that screen. We almost there. Come on. Come on. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. We almost there. I can't wait to get started. Let's go. Tap that freaking screen, ladies and gentlemen. Share this video. We almost there. 980 in the chat. I need 20 more taps. Let's go right. All right, we're here. It's time to get down to the bottom of the albinos. Your main man SFA, I want to say first, excuse me, a little water. I want to first start by saying, I am not here to tear you down. I'm only here to build you up. and put you back on that railroad to free thinking. And the things that I see that are important, I record them or I write them in the book. So today we're going to be talking about the albinos. Not in a negative way, but in a way that we can understand who, what, and why. Okay? Who, what happened, and why. So then we can get down to the bottom of it. So hopefully this information right here can change the African people's ideas about how some of them treat the albinos. Okay? Because you don't understand because you are in lack of knowledge. And some of y'all are in full knowledge. So this could be a reason why there's a conflict of interest. Okay? Not everyone doesn't know the information about the albinos, but a lot of us are so destroyed from school in many cases where school will teach you a certain way and not give you the intricate details. Like they'll tell you you were a slave, but they won't tell you who weren't a slave that was melanated. You get what I'm saying? TikTok, this is for information and educational purposes only with a little bit of entertainment. Because y'all know I'll be acting like a buffoon up here sometime. So, since we have tapped enough, don't forget to follow this channel for more informative videos. Don't forget to go to that link in that description and go ahead and subscribe to that channel and watch all my recent lives and all my old lives. And you can go ahead and get it over there. If you'd like to support my channel, you can go ahead and hit me 1 cent for the heart me or help me reach my channel goals. It's all good. Tapping that screen is just enough for me. So let's go. Let me get into it. Let me get into it because no further ado. Go ahead, take the screenshot. You know, I know how I do. Go ahead, take that screenshot. Go ahead, get that screenshot. Let's get started. Let me get the Malcolms out. I got to get the Malcolms out. Y'all know how I do. Y'all know how I do. Once you get a little older, you got to get the Malcolms out, all right? Let me get the Malcolms out. All right, here we go. In recent years, make sure y'all follow that channel right there and hit me with a subscribe. I'm trying to get 500 over there. Come on, help me out. In recent years, genomics have rewritten the story of human origins. About time. You know what I'm saying? For a long time, everybody from Africa. Now we knowing there's a lot of different stories and a lot of different information that came out to debunk that theory. Okay? Because that's all it was a theory. So, since we are rewriting human origins, thank you for following. Thank you for subscribing. For joining the ABO fan club of the Escovarians. I appreciate your original truths. All right, and you too can ask me a question if you need to know an answer to something. And if I don't know it, I'm gonna go get it. So let's start again. In recent years, genomics have rewritten the story of human origins, showing that Neanderthal gene flow into modern humans was biorectal rather than the strict one-way street once assumed. Furthermore, once assumed. Let me stop. I don't want to overdo it. Furthermore, scientific advances now allow researchers to extract and sequence ancient DNA from African fossils, directly revealing deep indigenous lineages that were previously invisible. And here's the site right there, ladies and gentlemen. The National Institute of Health, okay? The National Institute of Health. The mandation, okay? I'm not going to come up here unless it's evidential. I'm not going to come up here unless it's mandated. I'm not going to come up here unless it is information that needs to be brought. And if you guys and girls out there have information that may need to be revealed, hit me on the inbox, break it on down for me so I can break it on down for my people. You understand what I'm saying? Now, I'm going to let you know right now, we got PhDs over here. We got BAs over here. We got ASs over here. We got MSs over here. And they all agree that Excavate is qualified to reveal this information for you. So no, I am not a geneticist. I am just a scientific researcher, and I bring you the information. And I'm having people today writing dissertations on my own information. I'm proud of that. Give it up for those people that know how to write the dissertation. Give it up for those PhDs, man, who said Escavate know what he talking about. Give it up for them, man. Give it up for them. So now, no further ado, according to the National Institute of Health, they know now that all this information they were saying back in the textbooks. By the way, let the M turn on down for the W. Don't forget the pyramid builder right there and the X for the 2-C. All right? They're saying now that we are mistaken because we have genomic studies now. And now we know there's different origins. All right? What was previously thought has been changed. So let's keep on going. Let's keep on going. No further ado. No further ado. All right, here we go. Neanderthal ancestry and the African genome. Go ahead and get that. Go ahead and get that. Go ahead and get that, y'all. That's from the PrincetonUniversity.edu. Go ahead and get that screenshot. See, what I do, I give you the information, I give you the screenshot, and I give you the site. So you can go and look at it for yourself and say, SFA ain't telling no lies. SFA got keeping it real. You know what I'm saying? If you like to support help me meet my goals, I know how to do that, right? If you help me meet my goals, hit that little box right there with the little glyphs and everything. Show your main man SFA some love. So let's just keep on going. If you learn something today. Right, Neanderthal ancestry and the African genome. Follow along. All right? For decades, researchers assumed that populations native to sub-Saharan African had no Neanderthal DNA because the interbreeding events between early Homo sapiens and Neanderthals were thought to have taken place entirely in Eurasia after the primary outer Africa migration. Okay? That was a whole theory. They didn't know the truth. They thought that they was always saying, everybody got Neanderthal DNA except the Africans. Man, that was some disrespectful business right there, man. Especially for the black people of America. Especially for the indigenous ones who had the pure blood. Especially for the Irish negative blood type. That was disrespect to come out and say, everybody got Neanderthal DNA except the Africans. That was some rhetoric, ladies and gentlemen. That was some rhetoric. According to Princeton University, that was some rhetoric. All right? They didn't know. Just like Darwin was talking about everybody came from apes. That was some rhetoric. Because everybody didn't come from the apes. Okay? They didn't know. But now we got genomic studies in Princeton University. Go ahead and get the site for you. Princeton University is saying, no, sir. Okay? Princeton University is saying, no, sir. Okay? However, cutting-edge studies utilizing diverse sub-Saharan genomics database sets tells a different story. I need to take a swig. It tells a different story. I gotta take a little swig. Tells a different story, ladies and gentlemen. It tells a different story, ladies and gentlemen. Let's find out what the story is. Let's find out what the story is. Here we go. Bang. All right, so let's find out what the story is. Not a problem out here in Connecticut, I'm telling you. All right, so hidden Neanderthal DNA. Hidden Neanderthal DNA. Go ahead and get a screenshot. Go ahead and get a screenshot. Go ahead and get a screenshot. And go ahead and get the sites and everything. Because the main SFA, I give you the free screenshots. I give you the free sites. I do the work. And you guys help me by continuing to go ahead and support this channel. Shooting me a follow. Going over to my other channel right there. Hitting that link in the description. Following that channel and subscribing. It's all good. If you can't afford to do it 1 cent, just tapping that screen is enough. If you can't help support my channel growth, tapping that screen is help enough. Sharing this video is help enough, okay? Shout out to you for the donations. I appreciate you, Waki. All right, let's keep on going. Shout out to you, David. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Thanks for the donations. All right, I appreciate y'all. All right, let's keep on going. Hidden Neanderthal DNA. Modern African populations actually carry substantially higher. Hold on, what the heck? Did y'all see what? Do y'all see what it? Do y'all see that? Because I'm reading it right here. I just want to make sure y'all. I want to make sure everybody see. I want to make sure everybody see that before we go forward. Next time an African try to say, no disrespect to the African people, they don't know evil. The next time you hear a European say that, everybody got Neanderthal DNA except the Africans. What? What the heck? What are you talking about? They're the first ones to mix. What do you mean? What are you talking about? You know what I mean? That was a disrespect. For a long time, me as an Irish negative, I have to sit back and say, what are you talking about, Neanderthal? I don't have no, I'm pure. What are you talking about? And then my doctor told me, you were marrying in India. And I got all this wave back in 2013, 2012. And I said, they lying, ladies and gentlemen. And that's why I brought the information out over there and over here. I'm new to TikTok. And now I'm giving it to you from way back when. And we regurgitating the information. Because a lot of my new followers here probably don't have it. Okay, let's keep on going. Hidden Neanderthal DNA. Let's go right there again. Hidden. All right. Modern African populations actually carry a substantially higher levels of Neanderthal ancestry than previously thought averaging about 0.3 to 1.5% of their genomes, according to Science News, ladies and gentlemen. According to Science News, ladies and gentlemen, and according to the DNA, the geneticists too. According to the geneticists too, watch my videos. According to the geneticists too. All right, so let's go back. Back to migrations. A major source of this DNA stems from back to Africa. Not out of Africa. Back to Africa. So what happened is, let me tell you what happened. Because you know your main man, Esme, you know I'm qualified. This is what happened. Before anything, it was the O. It was the O negatives, the H antigen, according to Dr. Barry Starr and according to Dr. Bill Fledgel. Barry Starr of the genetic text, Acid Genetics, and to Dr. Bill Fledgel at the National Institute of Health. They both agreed that the OH antigen was here millions of years ago before even the out of Africa theory was even thought about. So according to Science News and Princeton University, if I'm saying that right, was that Princeton? Let me make sure that's Princeton. Hold on. Make sure that's Princeton. I don't want to. Princeton University. What happened was the O's was everywhere, right? We went out and mixed. We mixed with the Caucasian, all right? AKA the Caucasus Mountains. And then, don't forget that pyramid right there. Don't forget that pyramid right there. And we also mixed with the Denisovans. And I'm going to tell you how that came to be and how they became how they became albinos as well. Okay, so let's keep on going. And when we mixed, we came back into our families, back into the lands. All right? You know how you leave your state, right? You go out the state, you leave, you make some kids, you bring the kids back, you end up moving back home with your kids, and now your kids is out there mixing that DNA around that you brought back in, right? So it came back. It's back to the migration, okay? So a major source of this DNA stems from back to Africa. Migrations of humans who had already interbred. Wait a minute, I thought the Neanderthals was human. I thought the Neanderthals, why are we talking about humans when I thought everybody was human? You see? They're telling you in your face. Now, if I tell you something and you don't listen, whose fault is it? If I tell you and you don't listen, whose fault is it? And somebody tells you, listen, I'm not human, and you think, you fight it, whose fault is it when you don't believe them? Whose fault is it? Okay? Now, we're not going to say the Caucasians are not human. We're not saying that. We're not saying that. I'm going to make that real clear. The Caucasians of the A, B, and the ABO of the H antigen are humans today. Now, we do have some who are non-human, and we have videos to cover that. But we ain't covering that today. We're dealing with the albinos, okay? Now, if you want to know anything about that, you got to go follow that link right there in this profile picture. Go to that channel, subscribe, and watch all them lives, and you'll get all the information over there. And the sites that are mandated, okay? So it says, back to migration. A major source of this DNA stems from back to Africa, migrations of humans who had already interbred with Neanderthals in Eurasia. So we had two types of Neanderthals. We had the Denisovans and we had the ones from the Caucasus Mountains, okay? So, right? So make sure you remember that, right? Shout out to you, right? So it says, bringing these genetic signatures back into African continent. Back into the African continent, cellpress.com, ladies and gentlemen. They know the truth. They know the truth. They did the research. They know the truth. All right? They know the truth. They brought it back. All right? So we left out, mixed up, came back. And I give you an analogy. You leave home, you go to college, you find your wife or your husband, or you leave home, you move to a new state because of job or whatever. You find a girlfriend or whatever. You have kids, you bring your kids back home, you move back home, the kids end up living in that city where you're from, they end up making kids in that city, they brought the DNA from that city back to this city, now you brought it back. Make sense? Make sense? You brought it back. Okay, you left with it, got some mixed ups, made some kids, and brought it back. You understand? You brought different genetics back. And that's what happened with the humans. All right, we mixed with the Neanderthals of the Caucasus Mountains, aka of the steppes, Germanic, France, and all of them in Europe, Eurasia. You know what I'm saying? We mixed with them and we brought it back into Africa. Okay, we migrated back home. We went back home. Okay, it got too cold, started getting, you know what I mean? We had to come back home. All right, let's keep on going. All right, let's keep on going. So it says archaic ghost lineages. Let me get out of the way. Is that back to Africa? I'm sorry. Let me bring that back. I'm going too fast. So back to the continent. I'm sorry, y'all. Going too fast. Let me get that in. Back to the continent. I don't want to lose my place, okay? Here we go. All right. Bio-directional gene flow. Go ahead, get that screenshot. Go ahead, get that screenshot. Go ahead, get it. All right, y'all got that? Let's keep on going. Let's keep on going. So it says, scientists have always confirmed a fascinating reverse flow. A group of modern humans migrated from Africa into Eurasia 250,000 years ago. Now, this is what I'm saying. First, they say 200,000 years ago. Then they say 45,000 years ago. Then they say 500,000. They don't even know. They don't even know. The first thing we heard was 45,000 years ago. That was the first thing we heard. Now they bumped it up to 200. Then they bumped it up to 500. If you don't start playing when we know it's about 5,000, 6,000 years, I'm just going to keep it real. I'm going to keep it real. That's just my theory. That's my theory, ladies and gentlemen. According to the Bible. According to the Bible. But they will say 200,000. We're going to go ahead and make them feel better about it. Because this is not their authority here. But this is just information that he's revealing that he found. He's going to put a little rhetoric on it. It's all good, right? But it is true about the gene flow. So biodirectional gene flow. Scientists have confirmed a fascinating reverse flow. That is absolutely true. A flow of group of modern humans migrating from Africa to Europe. That is true too. The coin says people. All right? Interbred with Neanderthals and introduced up to 6% of modern human DNA into the ancient Neanderthal DNA. Now that right there, that's up in the air. Because we do have a thing called RE sensitization. And they could have had us and we could have had them. So that's up in the air, right? So if that's the truth, and that's why we have Caucasians today who are ancient Neanderthal ancestors, and who are the ancestors, who are the direct descendants of the ancient Neanderthal ancestors, is why they're human today. So we could consider the white people or the Caucasians or, the other nations to be human and still, because we went out, mixed with them, made their kids human, they came and mixed with us, made our kids Neanderthal. Make sense? Make sense? It was a gene flow. Okay, so let's go. Archaic ghost lineage. Right there, ladies and gentlemen. Archaic ghost lineage, okay? In addition to Neanderthal DNA, several West African populations and sub-Saharan too. Don't just act like it's just West African. That's where he's putting the rhetoric at. That's where he's doing the rhetoric at. Sub-Saharan, Central African, and West African, they all have what's known as a ghost lineage. They don't know what hominid it is, but they know that the ancient Africans of these regions have ancient hominid DNA from the caves up in, I believe, Ethiopia. Don't hold me to it, but I can find it. Trust me, I got the information. But they have found caves in Ethiopia where hominids lived. And those hominids were the first ones to interbreed with the Africans first, giving them the RHD. Make sense? Make sense? Giving them a certain form of RHD. Make sense? All right, so let's go. Now it says, archaic ghost lineages. In addition to Neanderthal DNA, several West African populations and beyond, all right, possess traces of ancient ghost hominid lineages that diverge from the human family tree over 600,000 years ago, even earlier than the modern humans, okay? Even earlier than the modern humans. And that's true. And that's true. That's true. That's true. They can't find out where it comes from. And that's true. And that's true. We ain't gonna lie about that. Ancient ghost lineages. Here it is right there. Go ahead and get the screenshot. Go ahead and get the screenshot. And that is true. Make sure you got the screenshot. Everything he's saying is true, but he's acting like it's only West African. But it's not only West African. All right? And here's the genomic studies right there to prove it. Here's the genomic studies. Okay? Let's make sure we get that out there. That's the genomic studies right there to prove it. All right? We got the newsroom, EDU, and we got the National Institute of Health. And we got the National Institute of Health. Yeah, we got the National Institute of Health. Go ahead and shoot me a dono for that, because now you got the article. Now you can go read it for yourself. Now you can prove it yourself, all right? Now you can say, hey, the Africans acting like y'all ain't got no Neanderthal DNA. You better stop playing with me, man. Y'all got hominids and all kinds of stuff going on. That's what makes y'all different than us. That's what makes y'all different than us. And I'm going to break that down at the end of this conversation. So if you want to support the channel, you know what you got to do. Make sure you tap that screen. If you ain't following me, go ahead and follow me, all right? Go ahead and follow me. So let's keep on going. Let's keep on going, ladies and gentlemen. This is not to talk about anybody. This is not to talk about anybody. It's just to clarify that the Africans, shout out to you for the donation. It's just to clarify, shout out to my gifters. It's to clarify that Africans are carrying an ancient hominid, Rh positive lineage. It's called the ghost hominid. They don't even know where it comes from. All they know is they found it in the caves. Shout out to you for the donation. All they know is they found it from the caves. The bones, you know how they do it. And they found out West African, Sub-Saharan African, and Central Africans have this hominid DNA, which makes them Rh positive. All right, and before they even hit the Neanderthals, before they even got with the Neanderthals, they had this DNA. All right, so the humans been mixing forever. All right, over there, okay? That's what separated them. That's what separated them from us over here. We wasn't mixing with those hominids over there. And that's what makes us different. That's what makes us different. All right, we were the same because of the H antigen, but because of the mixtures of the ghost hominid, because of the mixtures of the Neanderthal, they were different. They became different. All right, and we only mixed with the Asiatic ones, and we were different. All right, I hope that make a lot of sense right there. The Africans got the Rh monkey gene, not the rhesus monkey, but the Rh monkey gene before, getting out of Africa. They brought that to the Neanderthals, and the Neanderthals had the RHD and gave that to them. So they was mixing monkey gene back and forth before the humans over this side was even interculturing with them. Because H antigen was all over the planet for millions of years. Make sense? Let's keep on going. Social and medical risks. All right? Go ahead and get that screenshot. Go ahead and get that screenshot. I know how I do. Go ahead and get that screenshot. All right? Social and medical risks. Beyond extremes, sun sensitivity, and vision impairment, people with albinism in many African communities face severe, deeply rooted social stigmatizations, okay? All right? Discrimination and targeted physical violence driven by harmful superstitions. And that's according to the National Institute of Health. And that is true. That is true. I even hear in Tanzania that they would take some limbs from the albinos. The albinos were in danger and still are because the Africans there do not consider them to be, part of the flock, I guess. I don't know. I'm not really from Africa, so I don't know why they do what they do. Because over here in America, if you're albino, you're albino. We ain't trying to, hey, that's you. You know what I'm saying? I'm quite sure an African probably could come in if you're in the chat and break it on down. You know what I'm saying? All right, break it on down. All right, but we don't know why Africans are over there doing things to the albinos because us over here, we civilized. We don't do that. We got the civilized tribes over here. We don't do all that. Okay. Now I'm not the judge. Okay, I'm not the judge. I'm not the jury. I'm quite sure they got an evidential reason, I think. But we're gonna go ahead and keep moving forward. Now dealing with skin color. Okay, deep skin color, deep ancestry. Okay. Skin color alone is not a reliable indicator of archaic ancestry. The pale skin seen in African individuals with albinism is caused by the lack of melanin production. Now, we already know that, ladies and gentlemen. We already know that's the MCR1, ladies and gentlemen. We already know that. Everybody, we talked about that so many times. All right? We already know why they ain't got no melanin. All right? Because we know that the MCR1 plays a big factor in that, okay? All right? The MCR1, the modifier effect. Go ahead and take the screenshot. Now it's going to the L. Go ahead and take the screenshot. Okay? So we already know that the MCR1, aka the modifier effect, is best known for dictating normal red hair and fair skin variations. We know that already. We know that already. We know that. Okay? And we also know carrying MCR1 variances can modify the classic albino phenotype. We know that. We know that. All right, if this chat is in here, y'all smart. All right? Y'all smart. If you have an albino in your family, it is caused because of the MCR1. An ancient Neanderthal mix. We're talking about hundreds of thousands of years ago. We're talking about hundreds of thousands of years ago. But it's still floating around in the genomics of people today. All right? All right? It's still floating around in people today. Okay? So you got to understand, when you have an albino, that is an ancient MCR1 of the direct carcass mountain Neanderthals. That's the direct mix causing the MCR1 founder, the modifier effect, and causing to have light hair, blonde hair, red, eyes, whatever you want to go with. Okay? And that's coming from the National Institute of Health, which is changing the phenotypes, okay? National Institute of Health. Y'all know how I do. Y'all know how I do. Y'all know how I do. I bring it out. Okay? So let's take it out with this. Take it out with this. The specific differences between variant types of albinos. I told y'all there was different types of albinos because y'all keep thinking it's only the African albinos. Do you know the African albinos are more O variant than they are of the Neanderthals? They just have the MCR1. They are human inside. They just have the MCR1 in the skin and the hair. That's it. It's a mutation that affects the sun sensitivity and causes skin cancer risk in people with albinism. And it's an inherited pattern of these genes. National Institute of Health is just a gene flow. See, so what I'm trying to tell you is, we're gonna close the book and we're gonna go to the images. It's just a gene flow. You can see, can't you see you can't see? You can't see that's a sister? You can't see? You can't see. You can't see that. So I guess the Africans, they disregarding that. and if you wanna hurt the if you wanna hurt the albinos, I don't see how hurting the Caucasians. And they the direct effect of the MCR1, of the ancient Neanderthals. But y'all wanna hurt your brother and sister, you can see this one. You wanna hurt your brother and sister who has your phenotype and your genotype, just genomic mixes. Just genomic mixes of the skin and the hair and maybe possibly the eyes. So you're going to just use that as a reason why you're going to torture your brother and sister, hypothetically. Are you kidding me, man? Shout out to the Roses. Are you kidding me, man? These ancient, this ancient MCR1, we have two types. Let me show you right now. Let me bring it back. Do you see the O right there? Do you see the... They the O's. All right, hold on. Do you not see the... Do you not see that's a sister right there? Can't you see? You want to destroy this one? Because they got the light skin, but the originator of the white skin, the Neanderthals, you ain't doing nothing to them. You want to worship them. Now, we ain't talking about... Well, listen, let me tell you something right now. Make it clear. We're not over here discriminating against white people because white people also have the A, B, and the O of the H antigen. They are human today, and they also suffering from the MCR1. They're also suffering from the MCR1. All right, but they have a different suffer. All right, this one right here has an O suffer. All right, they have an A and B suffer. We're going to get down to that in a minute. All right, but they also are humans as well. Modern humans, okay, today. So we ain't going to talk about the white people saying they're the devil. We ain't going to bring that over here like that. All I'm saying is you can't see that's a damn sister, man. You can't see what I can see. That's a red bone. You can't see that, man. All right, you can't see. But you people in Africa, y'all want to be slaughtering your albino brothers and sisters. But then when the white man walk by, who's the direct albino from the Neanderthal, and they still carry the blood group, you ain't doing nothing to them. Hold on. You ain't cutting off no hands. You ain't doing nothing. Now, excuse me, TikTok. I'm just saying I heard a lot of things about Tanzania and how they take limbs and stuff because they say I guess it's for some black magic medicine, like somebody said in the chat, okay? And it ain't right. It ain't right. It ain't right. It ain't right, ladies and gentlemen. I'm quite sure this sister didn't want to be like this. She ain't got nothing to do with it. This ain't even a mulatto. She ain't got nothing to do with it. She's ancient. That's ancient right there. You feel me? They do it in Nigeria too. That makes no sense. That's why I said our people are the ancient. Our people are destroyed because of lack of knowledge. Lack of knowledge. They're destroyed. This is a direct descendant of, let me show you. I'll show it to you again. Of the O blood, man. The O blood. She's a direct descendant of us, man. According to the National Institute of Health. She's a direct descendant. She just got the phenotype that's got messed up. The genotype. Her genotype got messed up. Not her phenotype. It's not her phenotype. See, look. That's her phenotype. She look like us. Her genomes got messed up. That's all. Her genomes got messed up. Nothing else. So when you see a light-skinned person, you know their genomes got messed up. Okay? Instead of saying, oh, you white, you don't know that. Until you get the blood type, you don't know that. All right? So stop trying to play God. And you want to get down to the bottom. of the matter, look it up. That's it. Look it up. Let's go into it. Now, this one right here is from India. And let me help you understand something here. Did you know that the Denisovans, who were dark, mixed with the Caucasian Neanderthals, who were white, and they made him MCR1 again? But this is not. I won't say he's not human. But what I'm saying is, back then, when they were mixing, they were two non-humans mixing together, making another variation of a non-human. Make sense? Make sense? All right, that makes sense? We had two non-humans, the Neanderthals, who weren't human. They were homogeneous, but not human. Human, you see what the Princeton said, right? Human means the H antigen, okay? They were the humans of the homogeneous, which had the phenotype, but not the genotype. Make sense? So they were the humans of the homogeneous, but not the archaic humans of the H antigen. So I don't want you guys to get confused when I say they weren't human. All right, they were the Homo Neanderthals, and these guys were the Homo Denisovans. All right, and when they mixed, they created albinism in their own kinds. Hence, we have her right here. We have a Denisovan mix with a Caucasian of the Neanderthal Mountains mix. And they created her right here. The MCR1. Now, she don't come from Africa. You can't see. That's not African. You can't see. That's not African. Oh, no. I'm sorry. I got to stop you there. Albinism is not in every species. I'm getting to that. No, it is not. Albinism only affects those who have a melanin beginning. Okay? A melanin beginning. Let me make that clear. Because the people of India had a melanin beginning. Okay? The Denisovans had a melanin beginning. Alright? But the people of the Caucasus Mountains, they did not. Okay? They did not. They had a pale skin beginning. Alright? And they mutated the melanin beginning to create the MCR1 mutation, which changes people's ethnicities. Or should I say, change their genomes, okay? When you see all this white fish, white bubble, that's science. That's science trying to make things white. It's not natural to the planet. I'm sorry, it's not. All right, there ain't no such thing. Albino frog. They made that shit up, okay? They made that shit in the lab. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. I hate a white lion. That's bullshit, okay? That's bullshit. Some people just want to add themselves into the nature. No, you're not gonna know. No, hell no. There's no such thing as a white lion, bro. That lion will be food on the table. Shout out to the donos. That lion will be food on the table for the hyenas all day. A white cat will be food on the table for every dog running around here. That's not natural to the planet. So some things you just got to question. You must ask a question. But what is natural is the fact that we have Denisovan albinos as well, because the Asian people are the highest of the Denisovans, okay? The highest. All right, the highest of Denisovan DNA. And they mixed with the Caucasian before they mixed with us. And they made the albinos in their own kind. Okay? And even in Europe, we have the melanated Moor. And you see him. That's a black dude. Melanated Moor. But Europe doesn't have white albinos because they are white. How can a white European make an albino when the albino comes from the direct ancestors of them? There's no Europeans with albinism unless they have this type of European, this type of phenotype. There's no white albinos. They are the reason why we are albinos today. So not every race has albinos. The Caucasian race of the Caucasus Mountains of Europe do not have white albinos because they are the ones who create the albino from the mixtures and creating what's known as the modifier effect, the MCR1, and it dictates normal red hair and skin variations, and individuals with certain forms of albinism carrying MCR1 variances can modify the classic albino phenotypes. Okay? That's not disrespect to the Europeans. It's not. It is not. We're just saying you guys are the direct descendants of the Caucasus Mountain Neanderthals, okay? And this guy is from India, all right? So he's a direct descendant from the Denisovans, okay? And when he mixed with the white person of the Caucasus Mountains back in the 500,000 years ago, they made them white from the variations. They have two type of variations. We have the O2, the O1, that's coming from Africa because the ancient H antigen out of African theory, the humans was over there and they created the phenotype let me get to her, where she at, the beautiful one. We created this phenotype, the melanated phenotype. That's the O1, O2, keyword O, all right? But when we created this type of phenotype, okay? They look like us, bloodline like us, but the genomes were not us. All right? The genomes, you see? The mutation. But this is an African woman. Okay? This one is not. Let me show you. This one is not. So I want to be clear now. I want y'all to be clear about the differences between the albinos and the differences between the African albinos and the other nations of albinos. They are not the same albinos. They are albinos in themselves, but they are not the same albinos. So stop saying, oh, Africans make all kind of races, and Africans do it. Man, y'all putting too much on Africa now. Come on now, y'all giving Africa too much now. Africa did not create that. Come on, man, y'all giving Africa too much. I'm not trying to say Africa ain't powerful, but come on, man. Y'all giving them too much, okay? Africans did not create this. This is not an African genome. The Neanderthal and the Denisovan created that. The Africans created this. The OO1, the OCA1, and the OCA2. You can't see the melanated lips. You don't see the melanated lip. You don't see the melanated melanated. You don't see that motherfucker. You don't see that. Ladies and gentlemen. Okay, that's the African Neanderthal. And this is the Euro-Asian Neanderthal. See the difference? This is the East Asian Neanderthal mix. You see the difference? They're not the Africans. But the albino only came from the Caucasus Mountains. The white skin came from the original Caucasus Mountain Neanderthals, not the Siberian cave Neanderthals, which were known as the Denisovans, and not from the hominids. It's a whole group of different individuals that was living on the planet and creating all type of mutations. I don't want y'all to get confused with this type of albino versus this type of albino. They're different. Right, y'all know about TikTok scientists, right? That dude be making all kinds of stuff and then releasing them into the planet. And then y'all saying, oh, that's natural. This dude making Pikachus and everything. Ain't no way, bro. He making deers and everything. Electric deers, all that. And then he releases them. So we got to question a lot of stuff when we see, you know, these different type of anomalies in the planet. Okay? As a different type of anomaly, when you see a white line, you know damn well ain't no damn white line, man. You know goddamn well, no goddamn white line, man. You know ain't no white line, man. You ain't no white line, man. Well, ain't no white line, bro. Ain't no way, bro. Ain't no fucking way, bro. When you see a goddamn white panther, ain't no motherfucking way, bro. When you see a white crocodile, come on, man. Ain't no motherfucking way, bro. Ain't no motherfucking way. You got some people who of the Neanderthal DNA. Thanks shout out to the donors. We ain't talking about the human Neanderthals, the ones that's mixed with us. We talking about the original Bombay motherfuckers. They probably out there right now, mutating animals, making animals white just so they can fit in. Nah, man. Nah, man. Ain't no white lion, man. When I seen a white lion, I said, oh, they did it to the lion. When I seen a white crocodile, I said, I'm finished. When I seen an albino cat, I said, where? You know, I've been going on a long time. I've been in the hood, and I've been seeing cats for years. I've never seen an albino cat. I've never seen it, okay? I've never seen an albino dog until later when they had the pink noses and all that. We know they made that up. We know they made that up. They got to fit in somewhere. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the Neanderthal breeds that's still living today. We ain't talking about the humanity. We ain't talking about the humankind. We talking about those who trying to block out the sun. We talking about them. Then whoever's trying to block out the sun. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You feel me? So I'm not here to disrespect anyone. One of my followers who's in the fan club asked me to talk about the albinos and explain to them the DNA of the albinos. All right? And I wanted to let them know that when you hear that the Africans don't have no Neanderthal DNA, that is a lie. They have a lot of Neanderthal DNA. We're talking about up to 6% of Neanderthal DNA. All right? Because they went out and came back in. All right? They went out and they came back in. Okay? And they brought that thing back into their own DNA lineages, man. Africans carry about 1 to 2% of DNA from the Neanderthals. And they also have a ghost hominid also. So not only do they have Neanderthal, not only do they have Denisovan, they also have hominid. Okay? They also have hominid. Okay? And this is facts. This is from the authorities. You get what I'm saying? So, you know, for anybody who wants to question what's being said, you can just run over here to the National Institute of Health, and you can choose not to listen to them if you want. That's your choice. But the modifier effect is real. The MCR1 is known for dictating normal red hair and fair skin variations, and individuals with certain forms of albinism carrying MCR1 variances can modify the classic albino phenotypes. Okay? And here we are right here, the MCR1. There you are. And it modified her phenotype. That's all it did, not the genotype. Notice how they said phenotype. We have different types of modifications, and the different types are the African type has the O blood, you see, the OCA1 and the OCA2, which actually comes from America too, of the H antigen. All right, so the Africans who are albino, looking like this, they are the humans. They just have a variation of the phenotype. That's all, not the genotype. So I wish my African brothers and sisters will understand that these are not white people. I mean, they got white skin, but they're not the same. They're not the same, okay? They're not the same as this guy. They're not the same. They're not the same. They're not the same as this woman. They're not the same. They're different. They're different. They're us. But they have been infused with a mutation. We talking about going back millions of years, okay? I'm talking about hundreds of thousands of years, okay? So I just want y'all to understand that. I wanted to get that out. And I wanted to let everybody know that, you know, the African, can't you see you can't see him. I'm just saying. You can't see him. All right, I'm just saying. You can't see him versus him. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. You gonna tell me that's African? Which one's African to you? Him or him? You tell me, man. You tell me. You get what I'm saying? So I just want to make that clear. I want to come in real fast to explain to you the differences. You can't see that's a black dude, man. You can't see that's a black dude. You can't see that. I just want to explain to you the differences of the DNA within our albino brothers and sisters who carry the O, who carry the human genotype. They just have their phenotype has been mixed because of MCR1, and now they have sensitivity to the sun. And we all know who else on the planet has sensitivity to the sun. It's not a question about it. We know what generations on the earth today have sensitivity of the sun. And they have mixed with us hundreds of thousands of years ago, and now we, in fact, have the mutations which can cause us now, according to the National Institute of Health, to have sensitivity to the sun. Now, if anybody wants to come up and share some information, I got a little bit of time to let y'all go ahead and come in as a guest. You get what I'm saying? And if you're going to keep it clean and keep it real and share some positive information, we ain't going to mute you. We're going to let you go ahead. If you have any questions that I may can answer, I'll definitely answer for you. But I want you to know that the African albino and the Black American albino, they do carry the human genotype. But there are some who do not. They only carry the phenotype. So there's two kinds of albinos, okay? You got the African, Black American, indigenous albinos, and then you have the European No Europeans, sorry, they don't have albinos. They are the albinos. They created the albinos, all right? So you have the Asiatic albinos, okay? And they come from mixing with the Europeans. The Denisovans did mix with the Neanderthals as well and created their own type of MCR1s. Because believe it or not, the Denisovans were melanated. They were the dark Neanderthals. They were not from the Caucasus Mountains of the light Neanderthals, all right? They were the dark Neanderthals, all right? And they also got mixed and became white. Because even you guys who watch videos, y'all point it out all the time. Y'all point out the dark skin Chinese. Y'all point that out. Y'all point out the dark skin Japanese. Y'all point them out. Y'all point out the dark skin Indian, people from India. Y'all point them out. So how'd they get white? Answer that question. How'd they get white? I'll wait. I'll wait. Because y'all love to go and say, oh, this is the African Japanese. Oh, this is the African Chinese. Okay. I'm with you. How do you wait? Explain it. Oh, the African can make all kinds of colors. Really? Without any help. Without any genomic mix. You can't say that to a geneticist. Now, I want to say something. The only reason why I'm here is to build you up. And my doctor told me who I was, the indigenous American. And for a long time, I thought that I was African too. Who mutated it? It was the Neanderthals of the Caucasus Mountains. 300,000 years ago. Matter of fact, I got videos right here. See this profile picture right here? Go there, hit that link, and go watch ABO pigmentation. Go watch that video. Go here, hit that link, subscribe to that channel if you could, and go watch my video, the ABO pigmentation. It'll break it all down. It'll give you all the information that you need to find out who did it, why, what happened. There it is right there. Thank you, moderator. It's on the channel. It's right there. That's the channel. Go ahead and look at that. Go check out them videos. And I'm trying to get 500 out over there. I don't know why it's taking so long. I got 255. Can y'all help me out if y'all can? If y'all want to get all my lives that I'm doing here and be able to go back and, review, write down some sites, document some information, and also put it on your channel. Share it to your peoples. Share it to your children. Share it to your brothers and sisters. So therefore, they can understand what's important to our people so we can keep it melanated. If that's the way you started out, and that's the way you want to be. So you won't be in a danger of getting, the skin cancer and stuff, Because the MCR1 mutates the effects of sun sensitivity and skin cancer risk in people with albinism. So if you're black and you get light-skinned, you kind of got a little bit of albinism. You just don't know that. That's what they call you, albino. Oh, we call it over here rat bone. We call it over here mixed race. But no, you are an albino. Okay? According to the geneticists, you are an albino. You have a mix of the MCR1. And so does the Caucasians. If they have the A, B, and the O, and the AB, they also have a mutation of the MCR1 as well. And they have a lot of genomic DNA from the ancient Neanderthals. Okay? So they are human inside, but they have the phenotype and the genotype of the Neanderthals, in many cases, the genomic types of Neanderthals because of the higher variations of their mixture. Because for them, mixing back in with themselves and not, mixing out, if that makes sense. Like we as brothers and sisters, you know what I'm saying? We mix with our black brothers and sisters. Our children come out light brown, chocolate, peanut butter, right? But if we mix with a different race, they come out, in most cases, a little lighter, a little different kind of melanin. If they mix with another light race, and it keeps getting lighter, it keeps getting lighter. But if you mix back with your own kind, it keeps getting darker, it keeps getting darker. Make sense? So this is a form of albinism. All right? You can see the phenotype. Thank you for the donations. You can see the phenotype right here. That's the sister. You can't see that's a sister. You can't see. If I showed you this picture, let me walk away. If I showed you this picture versus this picture right here, right? You gonna say they're the same people? You gonna really say that that's the sister? You gonna tell me that's an African? You tell me that? That's African? Yes, we make the albinos. That's what we make. You're right. We make the albinos. No matter how they come out, they albinos, okay? Because we do have videos where African women can make white men, white babies. Thank you for the donations. Thank you for supporting the channel. I appreciate you. Thank you for supporting the channel, Aisha. I appreciate you. So we have the ability to make blonde hair and blue eyes. Our women have the ability to do that depending on the level of mixtures and also depending on the blood types. So if you have an O blood type, which is recessive, the Neanderthal male can make a white baby inside of our dark sister. Don't act like it can't happen. All right, because he carries a high, thank you for the donations. He carries a high genetic, genomic sequences from the ancient Neanderthals, which will create the MCR1 in that baby. Okay, make sense? Make sense? Well, you know, I mean, we have some who gonna listen, and we have some who just ain't gonna listen. It's your right. It's your right to decide what you want to believe and what you want to not believe, right? I'm not here to argue with you. I'm not here to do that. I'm here to relay the information. That's it. That's all. You can choose whatever way you want to go, my brother. That's how it goes. This channel is not for debates. It's only for to bring the information out, which I found, put it in a file, release it. You know what I'm saying? And then put it to the people. I appreciate you. I put it to the people. You know what I'm saying? And when you take that information, and if you can find something that can help us understand more information, we listen over here. We're open to all information. You know what I'm saying? About the human being. And to find out the indigenous people and where we came from and how we became indigenous. And this channel is directly proven that, well, okay, listen. Let me try to break this down. I really don't get into all that. I really do the blood types. So when I'm dealing with the Tamarican and Tamari and all that, now Amaru, I hear all this stuff, right? There was a blood type involved. I deal with that. The ancient American has always been the blood type O. The ancient human being has always been the blood type O. And over here in America, okay, he's not talking to me? Okay, I'm not sure. I'm just seeing how it's going up. Forgive me, brother, if you weren't talking to me. I apologize, but I'm going to say it anyway. Blood type O has always been the ancient indigenous human being, all right? No matter where he was at. No matter it was in Africa, no matter it was here. It was always the H antigen. Thus said everybody. Okay, shout out to the O positives in the building. You know what I'm saying? And then when we started mixing, we did a thing called, thank you for the donation. Thank you for following the fan club. I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? When we started mixing, we did a thing called MCR1. Started creating albinism. And we also started changing our blood types to the A, B, and the AB. All right? But it always was the H antigen. Whether it was America, whether it was Africa, whether it was Europe, whether it was Russia, it was the H antigen. If anybody want to come up, and you guys want to debate, I'm listening. I'm listening. If anybody want to come up, I see somebody trying to come in right now. I didn't even see that. I'm sorry about that. TikTok, can you let me? Can you let me? All right, here we go. All right, we got something up. You got somebody coming up. All right, what we got going on? Keep it clean. Keep it clean. I don't know if you still want to come up. All right, thank you for joining.
How's it going?
Everything's good. How about you?
Pretty good, pretty good.
All right, what's going on? What you got to say?
No, I was just listening. I was trying to catch up what was going on. So for yourself, you're saying that your doctor told you that you're the real indigenous, that you have the ancient bloodline?
Yeah, it was weird. It was weird. Let me tell you how it happened. I got sick, right? You know, everybody gets sick. Somehow I got sick, and I went to the doctor. And of course, they were mistreating me, of course. You know what I'm saying? And then after a while, every medicine they was giving me, it wasn't working. It just kept making me worse. And they kept saying, Mr. Oh, you're getting worse, you're getting worse. We need to take your DNA. We need to actually get down to it. We need to find out what's going on. Now, I want you to understand, in the hospital, they don't give you no Ancestry.com. In the hospital, they don't give you no 23andMe. They give you a different test. It's like an $8,000 test. And they get right down to one ancestor. But I'm going to go ahead and tell the story to you. So anyway, I signed the paper for them to study me because I was dying. You know what I'm saying? And they didn't know what, even today, my brother, they got me on all kind of medication right now. Even today, All right. So I was dying and they didn't know what to do. So I signed the paper because I didn't know what to do. So I signed the paper. I said, yeah, go ahead, do what you gotta do because I want to live, right?
Yeah.
So a few days they called me in the house. They called me in. So I came in with my wife, who's African. You know what I'm saying? She's B blood. She's African. Genomics, straight African, right? And because I had the idea I was African, you know, going to school, Africa first, right? So I wanted to get with my sisters, right? So I came in, we sitting down. So 8 doctors walked in. 8 doctors. They all came in. And they all sat down while I wasn't actually sitting down. I was standing up over the body. Like they had like a little vent or whatever. And since I'm all sick and shit, I'm leaning on the vent like I don't even want to sit down. Cause I got a back problem. I had an acid in my back hurt, so I don't like sitting down unless it's on soft, stuff. And I was sitting on the vent and just like dying and shit. Like, damn, I don't know what to do, right? So they all came in and they all grabbed chairs and they all sat down. And one doctor, the head doctor, he said, Mr. Orr, he said, is your father from Jamaica? Now, of course, that shocked me, right? Because I'm like, who the fuck told you that? Like, how'd you know? You feel me? How'd you know that? And he said, yeah, we had to take your DNA and we found out that you're not black. So now, when he said that, I was like, oh, hold on, oh, white. You know what I'm saying? The first thing, my girl, she laughing, oh, you white. We all laughing in there and shit. So, because when you hear you're not black, you thinking your ass is white. You feel me? And he said, no. Yeah. He said, no, you're more like us. You're more closer to us, but your father has his DNA went back 500 years. And when we dealing with 500 years, we talking about the Arawak Indians, right? We took a GPR1, and the GPR1 said you only have 41% African. And I come from my mother. You feel me? And he said you have 4%, dramatic. And that comes from the Ghanaian people on my mother and my father's side. We got a little Ghanaian, right? Yeah. But moving into Germany. And he said the rest was indigenous, bro. So I was like, what the? Trust me, I was bugged out too. So I was like, I don't know what to do. He said, you can't eat like other people eat. You are creation. I mean, everybody's creation, but your blood type, which is the O negative blood type, he said, your blood type is different. You can't be like everybody else. You have to eat like fruits. He's just breaking it all down that what I have to eat is natural. That's why I'm eating weird right now. Oh, shoot, I'm eating weird right now. He said, you got to eat like fruits and vegetables. You should stay away from the meats. You should only eat fish because of your ancient DNA is from the Americas and all this stuff. He just went into a whole little situation of what I need to be doing. But he did say my girl was African because they got all our DNA, right? Yeah. He said she's black, but you're not black. So then I called my mother, because now mind you, my mother been telling me this all my life. She's been telling me you're not no goddamn African. I used to come home, not saying African is wrong. The way I just talk like that. So my mother used to tell me when I was young, I was like, Mom, school said we African, we ain't no damn Indians. You know what I'm saying? And my mother was like, boy, you ain't no African. You are an Indian. All right, your father is an Indian from West Jamaica. I'm like, man, Ma, I talked to man. We ain't no, I don't even look like the Indians. I used to argue with her all the time. You get what I'm saying? Back and forth. I ain't no damn Indian. But then after they told me that I was American Indian, I was freaked out, right? So I went home. I apologized to my mother. So I called my kids up. Yo, guess what? Boom, boom. I'm an Indian, this and that, right? So my kids, of course, they ain't believe me either, right? This dude, he bucking out. You don't like no Indian. You know what I'm saying? Indians ain't black, they white, right? We all had this idea that Indians were white, right? But then as I started doing studies, and as they were doing studies, they had went and got the ancestry test and all like that. So one of my sons called me up. My son, one of my oldest sons, my number 2, he called me up, right? And he got me on the phone. He said, yo, Dad, are you sitting down? So these are the original Indians, right? So he said, are you sitting down? I said, yeah, I'm sitting down. What's going on? What's good? Talk to me. He sent me a copy of the test. I got it on my videos too. He said, yeah, we did. I did a test with Ancestry.com. I paid for the full test, right? And he said, how does it feel to be American Indian? I said, well, how you feel? You get what I'm saying? Because they said his DNA was 35% from me, American Indian. You get what I'm saying? From me. And then my other son, my third, number 3, he didn't believe it either. He took a test, right? Because his mother's side is Indian, but they the white looking type. She had the MCR1. His grandmother is like albino type white, right? Of African, of black people descent, right? So he had the idea that they were just the Indians and I was just with the bullshit because I look like this, right? So he also took the ancestry test, and we were all on the phone when his results came in, and they matched him with my other son because I said, yeah, I told you, them niggas, I took a DNA test for y'all niggas, y'all my sons, right? And they also told him that he had 35% American Indian, and they also told him that we do have a great grandfather in Canada today who is the American Indian. You get what I'm saying? So we didn't know none of that. So even with Ancestry.com, it proved that we was indigenous. But I knew from my doctors a long time ago. So that made me go to the world back in 2012 and start talking about this information and start finding out about blood types, start finding out what my blood type meant to me. And once I found that out, my girl, she was the B bloods. I started finding out what it meant to her. We started taking blood type tests for the kids. I started finding out that there was division in the home because some of my kids had O while others of them had B. And we thinking we all the same people, and we realized we weren't. I started taking my mother knew her blood type. Hers was an O. You know what I'm saying? So we started getting down to the fact that all of us didn't share the same blood type. And a lot of us didn't have the positive or the negative. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I started this information. And everybody now, not everybody, but a lot of people now are taking their tests as well and finding out that they do have indigenous. Whether it be high or low, it's still indigenous there. And as I went on, my son, he took a trip to Mexico, and he even said that the Mexicans were telling him that he looked like he come from Jamaica. You get what I'm saying? And that he don't look like he's African. Because he was trying to say he was African. They were like, no, you're not African. You're not African. You Indian. They were even telling him out the country. You know what I'm saying? So, and when I went and talked to the Jamaican people, you know what I'm saying, my ancestors, and I asked them, I said, what this mean? What does letter M, just all this shit? What all this mean? And they're like, oh, that's West Indian. We know that's West Indian. And then at the time I had hair. So my hair, whether you know it or not, is straight, right? My hair kind of straight. I just cut it, but it's kind of straight and it goes back. So the Jamaicans took my hat off and they said, let me see your hair. So they took my hat off, and I guess for my hair patterns or whatever, they're like, oh yeah, you is Arawak. So after that, I didn't even know what Arawak was. You know what I'm saying? So then I started talking to, some Spanish people because I heard that, they Arawaks or Taino or whatever. I said, what's the difference between Taino and Arawaks? And they were like, it's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Arawaks, Tainos are the same people. So that's why I started getting down to the bottom of that when they were saying that, oh, the Indians aren't here anymore. That was a lie. We're right here. You get what I'm saying? We've been here the whole time. And that's why I'm doing this channel. And that's why I'm trying to help people know about their blood types, so you can find whether you belong to the ancestral line of the original American Indian, or if you have been mixed with the ancestral line of the Asiatic people of the B bloods, or if you have been mixed with the Caucasian ancestral line of the AOO of the first mixtures of the Neanderthal that came into Africa first. Make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. So basically, you have Indian ancestry.
That's right. I have Indian and African. I have them both. I have Indian and African.
Okay. And then you said your son's mom is what?
She was
what type
Indian.
of?
She had Indian, but she had my son. I got two different sons, right? So one of my son's mom, she was an Indian too, but her lineage went back to the YT Indians. You feel me? You get what I'm saying? And he found out.
Indians?
Huh?
Which ones are the YT Indians?
Well, I guess he said, I'm not sure what, I think he said Mohawk or some shit. I'm not saying, but what I'm saying is the images that they were showing him weren't the melanated images. You get what I'm saying? So I guess they said his DNA had a lot of Caucasian in it. And they said it came from his mother. Now, mind you, his mother,
Mohawk.
Right. So mind you, his mother was brown like me, but her mother was not. Her mother was like, looking like this right here. Let me show you a picture. Her mother looked more like this right here. His mother looked more like this right here. But she had his grandmother, but she had dark hair. Her hair was dark, like this guy right here. So she looked at albino like that, but she had dark hair. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they thought that was the image of the Indian alone. You get what I'm saying? So he was shocked to find out that she had a high rate of Caucasian. He was shocked to find out that she had a high rate of Caucasian and gave him a high rate of Caucasian. And it did not come from me. He thought it came from me. You know what I'm saying? And he found out I had no Caucasian. Because the 4% German was for the Ghanaian people that went into Germany in the 1800s. You get what I'm saying? So a lot of times we see Caucasian on our DNA test or European countries in our DNA test, and we'll automatically assume that makes us white. And it doesn't. You know what I'm saying? It just means that you were in those areas. You have a lot of black German people that's living today. You know what I'm saying? And if they tell them, if you ask them where they're from, they're going to say Germany. You know what I'm saying? And they take a DNA test of the kids down the line, take a DNA test, it's going to say Germany. And you'll automatically think it's of the Germanic people when it's not. So that's why I got down to the blood types, because the blood types determines your origins. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Makes sense? And a lot of Mexicans will say that they the original Indians, but they don't look like that. You feel me? You the original Indians, but that's you. That's you. That ain't you. That's us. You get what I'm saying? And we can show the ancient images all day. We're not disrespecting the Mexicans, but a lot of Mexicans will come and try to disrespect us and say, "Oh, they're the indigenous ones." But we got walls. That got walls in Peru right here. That's not you. So my question to the ones that's light skinned from the SPR ones, how'd you get that way? Because a lot of your chromosomes
the
go
wall
back to
art
the
would
European.
be pre-colonization, correct?
That's
So
right.
there wouldn't be any admixtures then.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So a lot of them do have indigenous in them, but their Y chromosome goes back to the white man. Make sense?
Yeah, well, they're heavily mixed with Spanish, and so yeah.
Right.
Makes
Spain
sense.
is Europe. Spain, same thing. Right.
Yeah.
So a lot of them have the father of the white man, but the mother of the indigenous. I have the father of the indigenous, and my mother is of Africa.
Okay.
So what they want to do, they want to disregard the Negroes who have indigenous in them, just because we got some percentages of African, and that's not fair. You feel me? Because we more indigenous than you on both land masses. If I got African, is that not Aboriginal? If I got African, is that not Aboriginal?
Yeah, that'd be Aboriginal to Africa. Yeah.
Right. And if I got American Indian, isn't that Aboriginal as well?
Yeah.
So who's more Aboriginal? Is it me or is it you with the fair skin of the MCR1 of the albinism? Who's more original? So they'll look at black people and say go back to Africa, but you can't tell us to go back to Africa until you're ready to go back to Spain with your father's chromosomes. Go back home. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree with that.
You get what I'm saying? So that's what started the journey, and that's what started me bringing up all this information about the National Institute of Health and putting out these articles so people could read it for themselves, so everybody can understand what's being said, why it's being said, what the blood types mean to you, the origins, and so forth and so on, so we can get down to the bottom of how we became who we are and why they tricked us into thinking that we're somebody else.
I see. So then you would agree that, like, say, for example, the Southeast tribes that are heavily admixture now, you agree that they should do like how you did, get their DNA, blood tests, all that taken care of, so they know exactly what their ancestry is.
They have been doing that lately. I don't know if you've been up to
I've
speed.
seen that.
Yeah, America's doing that now. A lot of them are getting kicked off the tribes because they found out that they don't have the ancient origins of the indigenous people. They only have a mixture of it, and their father's line is from Europe or Asia. They've been getting kicked off the land.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying?
I'm kind of confused on that part. So you're saying that the tribes that are represented here pre-colonization are Asian?
No, what I'm saying is this. Before the Asians came over, this is, matter of fact, I didn't say it. Let me make that clear. To anybody who's in the chat right now listening, Escovay didn't say anything. If you have a problem with what's being said, go call the National Institute of Health. All right? Call them up. I got plenty of videos that breaks down what the National Institute of Health said about the Mexicans, what they said about the mestizos, what they said about the Negroes, and everything else, okay? They're the only ones taking the blood and doing all the quantums and all that. One thing about the tribes, right? They don't take, so I called the tribe. And I talked to I was supposed to go to I was supposed to be part of the, what you call this? The Pequots. The Pequots was going to accept me into their tribe because my mother had called the Pequots and said, you know, I'm an Indian, da-da-da. And I didn't want to go because back then I thought I was a damn African. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I ain't going. I'm African. I ain't no damn Indian because I was dark-skinned. But then I met this black Indian of the Pequot tribe. His name was Moonface Bear. This dude was pure black. You feel me? He was blackity black. He was looking like this guy right here. Let me show you. Hold on. He was looking like this guy right here.
The Pequot tribe goes off lineage, so you just need one ancestor.
That's right. So he was looking like this guy right here. Let me show you. I'm trying to find this guy. This Indian dude. He's black as hell. Hold on. I got a picture of this guy from the walls. I don't know where it's at. Give me a second. I got a picture of this guy from the wars. I'm gonna try to, you never can find it when you want it, right? You never can find it when you want it. But here's a picture of the wars, right? See how dark they are?
Yeah.
So for any Mexican or anybody who's claiming to be Indian, that ain't you. You can't see, that's not you. You can't see. You can't see. So what happened is they don't take the blood test. They do a paper trail. They do paper trail. And that don't make you no goddamn Indian. That just makes you an ancestor of one. Your lineage could have been changed. You know what I'm saying? By mixing out. Like the out of Africa theory. Or the Asiatic, what you call this? The land bridge. All right. So when discussing DNA and the origins of the indigenous people and the African ancestry, you have to understand your Y chromosome of your HLA with your white blood cells. They do the HLA. Your HLA determines who you are. See, a woman, she can make anybody. She can make African, Asian, European. She will carry the X. Yes. So when your daughter, she has a daughter, her daughter will have that X chromosome of the indigenous woman. Make sense? She will not, she will have her father's genomes, but she will not pass his Y on because she's going to mix with another male who's going to input a Y into her. Make sense?
Yeah.
Now, but when you have a Y chromosome of an indigenous Indian, going back whenever, if he mixes with any other race, he's going to continue to pass down his Y. It's going to be who he is. All right? So no matter how long you mix, you can mix with the white man, you can mix with a white woman, you can mix with the Chinese woman, you can mix with any woman you want. That Y chromosome is going to always point back to the American Indian. So this is why when you take when they were taking the DNAs of the tribes, a lot of them have admixture. It's true, but their chromosome of the Y leads them back to the ancient American Indian male, the male, not the woman, the male. So when they look at the men, they look at the male. When they look at the women, they look at the X. The male is the Y, and the women is the X. So when they take an indigenous woman, they're going to look at her X. If her X says indigenous, no matter how light she look, no matter how white she is, nigga, she an Indian, right? When they look at the men, they're going to look at his Y. And no matter how light he look, no matter how mixed race, no matter how dark, he's going to be an American Indian. Make sense?
Yeah. I see what you're saying.
That's how it, and that's why that's what the Mexicans, a lot of these racist Mexicans don't see. They don't see that their Y chromosome goes back to Europe. That makes you you ain't no goddamn Indian. You know what I'm saying? Your mother may be one. You ain't. You may have some genomes, right? But you ain't the original stock. You are a variation of the stock. So until you can point out that this is the original stock right here. Okay? That's on the walls. Before the founders effect, before the people in America, they look like that. You get what I'm saying? Before the people in America. And I got a file right now I can show you right now. It's called the Founders Effect. You know what I'm saying? But I did so many videos about it. But I can point it out right now for the National Institute of Health, which will tell you that the old bloods was here before the peopling of the Americas. Okay? Make sense?
Yeah, but
They look like
as
that.
far as the indigenous, we go
That's
back
right.
as far as 30,000 or more. I mean, they put us here 1,000, but everything they try to do to displace us just only further showed that we've been here.
Well, National Institute of Health says the old blood period of the ancient, whether it's Africa, whether it's America, of the melanated people, it's millions of years ago. We got Dr. Barry Starr saying that of the geneticist. He got over 16 years of research. We also have Dr. Bill Fledgel of the National Institute of Health, who's saying the same thing. We also have the Iran Journal of Truth. We also have the Journal of in Indonesia. We have so many. We have the Braka State of Nigeria. They're all saying the old blood is from America, especially when it is RH negative, especially.
I see. So when you're doing your DNA and everything, and like you said, your percentage, what did the percentage say from as far as from Africa?
First of all, I didn't go to the ancestry on them.
Yeah.
My doctor told me it's a kidney test. My kidneys were failing, right? And they have a test called the PCR1. This is on my videos on my channel. All right, it's on my channel. You can look at it. If you go on my channel, you can look at it. You'll find the video. It's called the PCR-1. What they do is they check your kidneys. And I don't know how they do it. Don't trust me. I ain't a doctor. I don't know. But from that PCR-1, they said they determined I was not black, meaning I was not African. I did not have enough DNA, genomes, to make me an African. It's a certain percentage that you have to have in order to be an African. Just like in grade in school. If you get a 56, you failed. You feel me? Get
Yeah, I
it?
see what you're
If
saying.
you get a 49, you done, right? But if you get a 63, 70, 89, you pass, right? So since I got the 41, I failed. I'm not an African. I just have African genomes. And that's why they said I am not black. I didn't say it. They said it. I didn't say it. And I'm not Caucasian. I didn't say it. You feel me? So I was tripping out too. Trust me. I was bugging out too. And even on my what you call this? My chart, it says American Indian. On my chart. On my chart, it says that. I'm American Indian. No, and no hospital is disputing that. No hospital ain't calling me, where you get that from? No. You know they would have disputed that shit. You know what I'm saying? There's no hospital disputing that because they have my DNA. They know that I am who I am. And they even told me themselves. That's it. So yeah, I'm not an African. Fully. Okay? Fully.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have more indigenous than I do have African. Yes, I do have melanation, but so did they. So did they.
Oh, I've seen plenty of Afro-Indigenous that are half and half, and some might look light and some might look dark. You know what I mean? Like you. I've seen
That's
that.
correct. That's correct. So a lot of times you'll have these light-skinned people who claim to be one or another, and they're more racist than the white people.
Yeah.
They're more racist than white people. Instead of saying, damn, we brothers or we family, you want to go back to Africa. Well, if that's the case, since you're white or you're Asian, go your ass back to Asia. You go to Asia. I can't go to Africa because I'm not from Africa. So I gotta stay here. But your Y chromosome is from Asia. So go your ass back. See how that conversation can go? So next time a white person or an Asian person or anybody say go back to Africa, you got a home too. You don't even you native as well. You didn't your lineage didn't start in America. That's actually the American Indian who should go back.
Yeah.
I guarantee it won't be us. I guarantee that right now. Let's go ask the Pequots because right now I got a video on my channel right now about the Pequot Indians. You know what I'm saying? Let's go ask the Pequots who should go back. Let me see if I can find that video for you. Hold on. Let me see if I can find that video for you. Not right now. I don't know if I can find it. But I got a video right now about the Pequot Indians. They are black. Oh, according to what people say black is today. Right?
Yeah.
They are dark skinned. They are dark skinned.
Yeah,
So,
I think their average lineage is like 7% and below. So yeah, it's phenotypically a black tribe now. You know, it's lineage based. Like I said, they can have
yeah,
one
but
family member.
the point we're making is when you look at the walls, you can see what they look like. We don't even have to make it. It don't even have to be an argument. All right, before Europeans, before the Asians, right? Now look, on the walls, we're talking about thousands of years ago. All right, we talking about thousands of years ago. We know who they look. This is on the walls.
Yeah, we're melanated.
Anybody make that up? This is not AI. Who is that? Does that look more like a Mexican or me?
Yeah, that looks like the Mexica. You know, the people that actually identify within those tribes now. But as far as like everybody in Mexico, no, not at all.
You get what I'm saying? So before you try to be disrespectful, you know what I'm saying? I think you need to calm down and understand who really is the ancestor. Because if we go all the way back, right? Let's go further than them. Because we all can agree that the Olmecs, right, are the oldest. Hold on, they jamming this picture up for me. I got another one. Let me show you this picture. We all agree that the Olmecs are the first Americans, right? Everybody agree on that. Everybody agrees on that. Who I look more like? Who I look more like? Who I look more like? Look at my nose. Look at my phenotype. Look at me. What are you talking about? We been here.
You talking about the Olmec heads? Yeah.
Yeah, we been here. So before they try to come and try to disrespect us, you know what I'm saying? Show some respect to the gods, man. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Show some respect to the gods. And the original blood type of the American Indian has always been the O. Thus says every authority that's out here. Thus says every Red Cross even says shit. All right, so Red Cross say that the Black American carries a high percentage of the O, as well as the Caucasian, because the Caucasian now is a histone blood group because of the people in of America and mix it back and forth. That's how they got it. Because the Neanderthals never had O negative blood type. So in that case, what they got to say?
Yeah, our blood is more people can take our blood. Our blood can save more people than anybody on the planet.
So we are originals. We are the original people. I'm the O negative blood type. We're the originals. You get what I'm saying? So since I
Yeah.
found that out, I just wanted to go find out. I just wanted to find my people. That's all. That's why I started this channel. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah,
what
that's
we.
cool.
That's all I'm doing it for. I'm not doing it to say somebody's better than somebody else. I'm not doing it to say, oh, we the ones, you not. What I'm saying is we are all variations of the original people. But there still is a bloodline that exists. And a lot of us have the original blood type. Whether it's histose, meaning you turn white, or whether it's melanated, meaning you from the original stock, it doesn't matter. We are all humanity today, as long as you have the A, B, and the O, and the AB. Make sense?
Yeah.
So I thank you for coming up, my brother. I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? And I hope I got that follow. I hope I got that follow.
Yeah, I got you, bro.
You know what I'm saying? All right, man. I appreciate you, bro.
All right.
Anybody else want to come up? Anybody else want to come up? Thank you for the if anybody, I don't know if I didn't see it or not. Somebody followed the fan club. Thank you for following the fan club. Sorry I didn't see it. You know what I'm saying? Anybody else want to come up? Because, you know, we don't want no negativity in the chat. I'm not here saying one person is wrong, another person is not. All I'm here saying, thank you for doing those. All I'm here saying is there's a blood type. There's a bloodline, and we all belong to one of them. You know what I'm saying? So which one you belong to is who your lineage is. No matter what you look like. Thank you for the dono, Jessica. It don't matter what you look like today. Your bloodline makes you who you are. And whether you're histones, whether you're original, you are who you are. Some of us are brown skin with the O. Some of us now have the MCR1 mixture of the mutation, which is O. It just got genomes. That's all. Our genomes have this change. That don't make you a mixed race. What makes you a mixed race is different blood types. If your mother has a different blood type versus your father, you are a mixed race, okay? If your father has a different blood type than your mother, you are a mixed race. Now, if y'all both had the same blood type, whether it's white and black, and y'all both got the same blood type, all you have is genomes, and you are a variation of the original stock. Make sense? So we don't want nobody in the chat saying, oh, SV said this or SV did this. All right, so I'm going to let you come on up. Make sure you keep it clean. All right? Thank you for joining.
Hi.
Hey.
Okay, so this is new to me. I just happened to find your, I guess, page. It kind of just came up. Interesting. I've been kind of confused as to what blood types are what. And so you're making that, pretty clear. But I guess I don't know anything about this. But so you were saying that, if your father's one blood type and your mother's one blood type, then you're mixed race.
That makes you a mixed race, yes.
Okay, so going back to my great grandmother,
thank you for the donations.
Was an Indian or indigenous. My mother, they didn't like to really talk about it much, but I was able to get some things out of my mom for our reunion.
Okay.
And she was saying that, they were, my grandmother would speak the language. My mother was young. She was a kid, like 4 or 5, like 5, okay. She said, and she could take her to her people. And they were in Pennsylvania. And but my great grandmother was from Roanoke, Virginia. And so they would go down there and she would speak the language. My mom, she was really young. My mom's 83 now.
Yeah, she go back. Yeah, she go back.
Yeah. So now I don't really know much about my great grandfather. We're still working on him, but the blood type is O negative.
Hey, there you go. There you go. Another one. All right. I want to say this. You are X because you're a woman. So you are a direct descendant of the original one. No matter what you look like. No matter what you look like today.
Yeah.
You got the genomes, but you have the direct bloodline of the original ancestors according to the National Institute of Health. According to everything I said a minute ago.
Wow.
So yeah, congratulations. Yeah.
Well, how about that? Well, thank you. That clears it up.
No problem.
Thanks a lot.
No problem.
All right. I'll continue to follow. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right. Thank you for that. Anybody, thank y'all for the donos. I wasn't there. If your blood type is B plus, that means you're Asiatic, but that don't always mean you come from Africa. You got to think about your mother. You got to think about your father. All right. So, like my son is a B blood, but I am O negative. His mother's B positive, but my first few children by her was O. Okay. So then after a while, the mother does a thing called RA sensitization, and she'll recognize, oh, I'm not supposed to be O, I'm supposed to be B. So then she'll change the bloodline back to her original blood type. And that's what happened with the histose blood groups. The Neanderthal came into the woman. There could be only one, the two sisters. And after that, they realized we wasn't supposed to have them in our DNA. So we started creating the O's, and now we have MCR1 of the lighter skin O's, okay? And that's how they became O, because of the woman. That's why the Europeans will openly tell you they all belong to the Eve gene, and she was a melanated woman. An Aboriginal woman. Make sense? The mother made the O for them. All right? Not the father, the mother. And in many cases, the father could too. Because I made the O first. Whenever I have a kid, if she never had an O, I will make an O. Now, it may not be negative because the RHD is so ubiquitous. Sometimes it's hard to get that. The fine O negatives is really hard. You know what I'm saying? Unless you, like, what we're realizing now is that the Europeans are mixing back into they're purifying their race while we're just going all over the place. And I need to know, I need my old bloods to understand. And everybody else that's melanated, understand, you need to go back and look into your lines and find where them O's are at. Find where those O negatives are at. And tell your children, A blood type, it just means that you are an ancient mix of the AOO, which came out of the first mixture of Africa first. Now, it doesn't mean that you are from Africa itself. It just means that one of your ancient lineages started in that way. All right. And today you could be American Indian A because of your father or your mother, depending on your Y chromosome or your X. A negative, same thing. All right. Same thing. The negative makes you definitely without the rhesus monkey gene. So that means that negative is definitely a part of the lineage of America. Now, the A is from the founder's effects. I'll show you right now. Hold on. I'll rather just let you guys get this article. I'll just give you guys an article, and then you guys can look up the A and B and how you guys got here. I got all these videos on my channel. If you go to this prescription right here, right, and then you follow the link, all the lives will tell you about your blood type. You guys just got to go over there and follow the channel. Every live tells you that, okay? So here is the Iran Journal of Public Health, okay? Iran Journal of Public Health, okay? So in the Iran Journal of Public Health, I want you to understand that everybody comes from the O, okay? And that's how you get all these other blood types. When we mix with the Neanderthal, it made an A blood. It doesn't mean you're a Neanderthal. It means you mix with the Neanderthal. Hundreds of thousands of years ago. When you mix with the B blood, then it's over. Hundreds of thousands of years ago. Make sense? And then after mixing so much, you end up getting a thing called the AB. And the AB and the O net, see the O right here? O negatives and ABs, we are something kind of special. We have the universal, you have the universal plasma, which means you have plasma that can save me. So that makes you special, man. And I have the blood that can save you, right? And then you also can get blood from anyone as the A blood. Okay, now when we're dealing with the American Indian, I'm going to go and tell you about the American Indian. Give me a second. But all these are on the channel. I wish you guys would go over there, hit my profile link, and follow that channel over there, because all the questions that you have will be answered within those videos. Because all you have to do is go and do your own research. That's all you have to do. Hit that link. Go follow that link. And it will tell you all those videos are there for you guys to get the information. But since you're new to the channel, I will try to get this video. I'll try to get this information out for you. Hold on. Again, we have the Indonesia. See, all my information comes from the Indonesian. Hold on. The Indonesian Journal of Anesthesia. We have mandated forms where it tells you about the blood types, okay? And this one tells you about the blood groups and the importance of blood group all, but I'm gonna try to get to it. Let me see if I can find it here. I don't know if I can find it here. I mean, all this takes time, okay? But anyway, what it's saying is, it says, okay, this is talking about Carl Landstein and how he finds his blood type. Oh, it's just telling you how the blood types were found. But I want to get to the founder effects. I don't know if I can find it right now, chat. I got to really actually go through the paperwork to find it. But I would like to find this paper called the founder effects. And I want to let you guys understand the founder effects. Because the founder effects is the reason why a lot of us have different blood types today when it was supposed to be O. All right? All of it, if you're melanated, it's supposed to be O. I'm trying to find the founder effects. I don't think I can find it right now. Everything's in order here. Give me a second, I'll see if I can find it. Now, where is the founder effect? It should be here somewhere. It should be here, the founder effects. I want to find the founder effects for you guys real quick. And then it'll tell you how your blood type changed because of the peopling of America, okay? So a lot of people say, well, I got an A, that means I'm from Africa. No, it don't mean that. It doesn't mean that you're from Africa. What it means is that some people from Africa came over, preferably the Europeans and the Moors, and they mixed in our DNA. They mixed in our DNA, their DNA, right? And it changed us dramatically. And I don't know why I can't find that. Let me see. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. I don't know if I can find it, chat. I gotta go through all these papers to find it. Why you never can find that when you're looking for it? I swear, you never could. You never can find out when you're looking for it, right? You can never find it. It's eluding. Where is it? I just was looking at it yesterday. The founder effect. What the heck? I can't find it for to save me right now. What? I can't find it to save me, man. Where is it? I can't spend all day trying to find it, chat. I'm sorry, chat. I gotta go through all this paperwork. Let me see if this is it. This it? Hey, this it? All right. I got something for you. I don't got what I want, but I got something for you. I'm gonna give y'all a Jew. I'm gonna give y'all a Jew for hanging out. I got something, but I don't got what I wanted. Okay, this is the distribution of the RH factor into the American Indian, okay? All right, this is the distribution. All right, I want y'all to go ahead and take that screenshot. Y'all can go learn that right there. Take a screenshot. Let me know you got a screenshot. Let me know if somebody got that screenshot. Y'all can pick it up. Y'all can do what y'all need to do. Go ahead and follow that link. I'm going to read it off to you real quick. I got to get ready to get out of here, chat, but I'm going to hang with y'all for a little bit longer. I'll be back later. So it says the distribution of the RH factor into the American Indian. Let me explain something to you. It says eleutherocytes. These are called white blood cells. They look at the white blood cells, okay? From 120 full-blooded American Indians. Notice how they didn't say Native American. Notice how they didn't say indigenous. Notice how they didn't say Aboriginal. They call us the American Indians, man. The American Indians. All these other names is just misnomers, okay? The full-blooded American Indians and 155 Indians of mixed ancestry. Now, when I told you mixed ancestry, I can pull this up. When I talk about mixed ancestry, we're talking about blood types, okay? When you have a mixed ancestry, it's only because of your blood type. I just seen it. What the heck? I just seen it. Here it is. When you say mixed ancestry, it's only your blood type, not your genomes, okay? Not your genomes, all right? Not your genomes. And I think this is it. Oh, this is not it, Pat. I just had it. I want to be able to break down the mixed ancestry for you real quick so you guys can understand what that means. Because a lot of people think, oh, you got a white father, you got a white mother, you mixed. No, that means your genomes are mixed. According to your blood type, you may not be mixed. You may have a mixed genome. What? That's sweet, chat. I just had it, chat. Oh my God, I just had it. I just looked at it too. I ain't even put it up. I ain't even pull it out. Wait, I think this is it. Is this it? Let me see if this is it. This ain't it. Is this it, Miss Race? Oh, that's something. Hold on. I don't know where it's at, chat. It's everywhere, chat. I got so much to look at here. But it's on my videos. All right, I mean, I'm not covering that today, so I didn't have it. I wasn't ready. But I do have this, okay? I do have this. I can at least find this. So when we're dealing with the mixed Indians, see, a lot of us are mixed Indians. We still American Indian. We're just not full-blooded anymore, okay? Blooded. Keyword, blooded. Keep that in mind when I'm telling to you. Blood. So when you have an A blood, a B blood, an AB blood, that means you are a mixed ancestry because of the blood. When you have an O blood, that is the full-blooded, okay? So let's go. So it says, we ain't talking about genomes, we're talking about blood, okay? Blood types, okay? So it says here, I'm gonna give it to you one more time. Go ahead and take the screenshot. Go ahead and take the screenshot. Go ahead and take the screenshot. All right. Shout out to the O, right? So it says, a root deer search for 120 full-blooded American Indians and 155 Indians of mixed ancestry were tested for the Rh agglutation. That means they wanted to know if you had the monkey gene or the antigens, right? Only one single blood amongst the full-blooded Indians appeared to lack this factor. Now listen to me. Listen to me. It said only one blood amongst the full-blooded Indians appeared to have this lack, okay? So that means you can still have the Rh positive and still be a full-blooded Indian. That doesn't make you not a full-blooded Indian. It just means that you got some of that monkey gene, okay? But you can also be an Indian with the A, B, and AB because your mother or your father could have been the O, okay? If your mother was the O and you're a woman, you it. If your father was the O and he's a man, then you it. All right? Now, if your father was something else, you the mixed ancestry, okay? This is according to, who is this called? This is according to Kyle S. Landsteiner, Alexander S. Wiener, and G. Albin Matson. They are the authors of this information, okay? And this was published in 1941, all right? So let's keep on going. So they knew this in 1941, all right? So it said only one of the full-blooded Indians lacked this factor, okay? And it said, and the Indians known not to be full-blooded, the distribution of this and other blood properties was found to be intermediate between that for whites and pure. Keyword, pure. Y'all not listening to what they saying to y'all, man. The O negatives has always been pure. Whites can still be Indian, bro. It just ain't pure. Okay? This ain't pure. That means your woman is an A. All right? Or both of y'all have an AO and it came out A. It can happen like that. All right? So it says, pure Indians, according to expectations, a variant of the Rh demonstrated by a special human sermon was more than twice as frequent in the full-blooded Indians as in white individuals. So what we're saying here is this. The white people, they never had the Rh negative blood first. They weren't the full-blooded Indians had the Rh negative blood. They found more full-blooded Indians with the Rh negative blood than they found those in the whites. And then when you look at my videos, it tells you the Neanderthal never had the Rh negative blood type, according to Dr. Bill Fledgel, according to Dr. Barry Starr. And I got that right here. So I'm not talking about nobody. We're just telling you about the full-blooded Indians, okay? Okay? So we want to go here with Dr. Barry Smalls. You always want to bring your information. I just seen it. Where is it? I just seen it, chat. I should have grabbed it when I seen it. Here it is. Is it? Is this it? Is this it? No, that's not it. That's not it, chat. That's not it, chat. Hold on, chat. I just seen it, chat. I just seen it. I just seen it, buddy. Where are you, buddy? Here it is. Got it. All right, here it is. Now, according to Dr. Barry Smalls now, we already got Kyle Landsteiner in 1941. And okay? We also have Dr. Barry Smalls as well. So here's Dr. Barry Smalls. All right, here's Dr. Barry Smalls. He has over 16 years of genetic research, okay? And he says, Barry Smalls was asked the question. They asked Barry Smalls, they said, did the Rh negative blood come from Neanderthals? All right, that's what they asked him. And Dr. Barry Smalls, he said no, right? He said no. Dr. Barry Small said no, right? So here it goes. I'm going to read it off to you real quick so y'all can understand who he went to for the authority on who is and who is not, right? So he said, even though we focus on the common form in Europe, all right, the 35,000 we came out of, they said 35,000 years ago, it still doesn't work. This form predates modern human settling into Europe. So what he's saying is old negatives, Rh O negatives, predates anybody moving into freaking Europe, okay? So let's get that. One of the big clues that the Rh negative has been around for a long time is that the same Rh negative that Europeans have are the same as in Africa and America. And since Neanderthals also interbred with humans who have migrated out of Africa, this is one clue that the Rh negative was around before the migration. Okay? Now, he wasn't sure. He all his tests said this Rh negative came from black people, but he had to be sure, right? He said, don't just take my word for this, because this isn't a lot of information. There's not a lot of, excuse me. He said, because there isn't a lot of information out there about the evolutionary history of Rh negative blood. I decided to consult. Now listen to this. He got 16 years of education. And test and research. He said, I decided to consult one of the biggest names in genetics, Dr. Bill Fledgel of the National Institute of Health. Here's what he had to say in an email when I asked him about the Rh negative blood and the Neanderthals. Okay? He said 35,000 years ago is very incorrect and too recent. The Rh deletion, Rh negative, occurred in Africa. The H antigen, that's all over the world. He gonna say Africa because they know they came out of Africa. They're gonna do the African theory, right? All right. He said it occurred in Africa almost certainly before anyone migrated out of Africa. Keep in mind that the common Rh deletion worldwide is also the prevalent D negative Rh haplotype in Africans today, right? Talking about the black people, African Americans. Talking about us now. How should that be if the RHD deletion somehow occurred in connection with groups migrating out of Africa? So what he's saying to you is, we was always the Rh negatives. We were always the pure bloods. We were always the full-blooded Indians. We were always the indigenous Africans. We never had Neanderthal genomes until the mix. Okay, here it goes. Eleutherocytes from 120 full-blooded American Indians and 155 Indians of mixed ancestry were tested for the RHD. Only one single blood amongst the full-blooded Indians appeared to lack the Rh factor. And in Indians known not to be full-blooded, the distribution of the blood properties was found to be intermediate. So what he is saying is the A negative, the B negative, the AB negative. It came in, it came out. But the full-blooded Indians always started with the O's. Started with the O's, preferably the O negative. According to Dr. Barry Smalls, according to Kyle S. Linestander, according to Dr. Bill Fledgel. So I just want to let y'all know, the reason why we are not Africans today is not because of our skin color. It's because of the mixtures, all right, of the A and B over there because of the Neanderthals and the Denisovans. Make sense? All right, so we are not Africans because of our mix. We are more closer to the Denisovans than we mean in Americans. We are more closer to the Denisovans than we are to the Caucasus Mountains. Make sense? All right, so when you have the RHD, we could cover that too. I got a video on my channel. If you go to that link, it's called Ape to Human, Pig to Human DNA. And it'll tell you a lot of the monkey gene, a lot of RHD came from them actually doing experiments on the human beings. On the human beings. Matter of fact, I'll show you. So a lot of us today, a lot of black people, we can openly admit, thank you for the donations. If y'all don't know about the Tuskegee Institute, y'all don't know about the syphilis thing that they were doing. They've been doing the experiments on the human beings, okay? So here it is right here. Look at this. I'll give you this one right here. I'll give you a jewel. For that donation, I'll give you a jewel. Look at that. Look at that right there. Look what it says. Take a screenshot. Thank you for following the fan club. What it says, ape to human, pig to human. Take a screenshot. Let me see the thumbnail. Let me see a thumb up. If you got a screenshot, let me see the thumbnail. Let me see the thumb up. If y'all got a screenshot, show me a thumb up. Give me a thumb up. I ain't gonna move it till I see a thumb up. All right. So your name is SFA. I don't spread rhetoric over here. Okay? I don't spread rhetoric. Look what they were doing to human beings. Look what they were doing to human beings. Look what they were doing to human beings. A lot of us got the monkey, a lot of us got the antigens because of this. Because of this. Not because, thank you for the support on the channel. Because of this. We were all pure at one time. They started doing this. Who was doing it? We don't got to talk about it. We don't got to talk about it. We don't got to talk about it. We ain't blaming everybody. We're not even blaming those who live in today. Thank you for supporting the channel. We're not blaming those who live in today. All we're saying is we know how a lot of us got that monkey gene and everything else because it says in the article right here. I might do one again. I might do one tonight. If y'all gonna follow me, if I go check my channel in this description right here, and I got at least 10 followers over there, I'm gonna do this tonight. All right, but let me tell you what they got. Let me tell you some of the animals. I'm gonna give you a bone. They said, yes, animal blood, including blood from dogs. Come on, chat. They were putting dogs in human DNA. They were putting sheep in human DNA. They were putting calves in human DNA. They were injecting rabbits in human DNA. They were doing rats in human DNA. They were doing monkeys in human DNA. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll say it again, ape to human, pig to human. They were doing pigs and still doing pigs today. And still doing it today. And still doing it today. Allegedly. No, I can't just, I just can't just come out and just, accuse, Exactly. Who said that? Who said the vaccine? You are very smart in the chat. Shout out to the ABO family. Shout out to my ABO family is smart in the chat, yo. My ABO family smart in the chat. My ABO family, that's why I love my ABO family. Y'all smart in the chat. Exactly. So, primarily, we know now that the albinos are just us with the mixture of the Neanderthal, the MCR1, and now we're just have a mutation now. We don't even have the Neanderthal anymore. We have the O now, but we still have the genomes. But we know the people of Asia, they still have the DNA, the phenotype and the genotype of the actual denizens and the carcass mountain Neanderthals mixing together and getting something like that. Something like that. And when we mix with them, we got something beautiful. Not saying that's not beautiful, but I love my sisters. I love my sisters. We got that. We got this. Yeah, we got that. And they got this. And they got this. The Denisovans, the people of Asia, they got this. That's how they turn white today. Because of the carcass mountains. That's how they turn white. Because of the carcass mountains. But we have this. We have the O. We are the same. We still it. All right? According to the National Institute of Health. All right? So look, we're not over here discriminating against nobody. All right? We're not doing that. We're not over here doing that. We're over here trying to help people know what their blood types is, what makes them American Indian, what makes them mixed race, and what your blood type means to you. And even how you should be living and eating and what diseases you should be watching out for. I got a whole video on my channel about that. If you go check that channel, trust me, you're gonna be knowledgeable, right? Because the reason why I say that is because I myself, your main man SFA, is qualified to teach this because I've had people with PhDs saying they writing dissertations on the information that I have revealed. So I know what I'm talking about because I am the living O. I am the living O. I don't talk about it. I am it. I went through the studies. I went through the doctors. I went through the... God damn it, I went through it. I ain't lying to you, all right? You see them big bottles, right? I went through it, okay? And still going through it, okay? So all I'm saying is we are family irregardless. And nobody can point the fingers to what happened 500,000 years ago. But what we can do is hold ourselves accountable today. We can do is hold ourselves accountable on what we do with our children today. And if you don't want to have these ape to human, pig to human DNAs, if you don't want to have these monkey genes and all this stuff, if you don't want to have all these skin cancers and all this other stuff, you know what I'm saying? If you don't want to be dealing with all this, that goes for anybody. If you don't want to be dealing with all that, right? Right? Make sense? If you don't want to be dealing with all that, then you need to know what your blood type is, and you need to find those in your family lineages who have this blood type, and you teach them. You teach them, hey, you O, listen, you got to find another O. I'm sorry, this is what you got to do. You need to take the blood test, and then you need to find out about their mother and their father. You need to do it now, because we don't want to wipe ourselves away. We want to take the monkey gene out. The European is taking out the monkey gene. That's why they got more Rh negatives than we do, because we so busy trying to sling it everywhere. We're not looking at DNA no more. We're not looking at blood types no more. We never did. We never knew. But now you know, because the main man is here to bring you the truth. Now, if you want to donate, you can do it right now, because I got to get ready to get up out of here. I appreciate everybody for joining in. Make sure you follow the channel so you get more information about the ABO, get more information about this, about these DNAs that's been found in the human beings, and the blood types that cannot be considered human today, and the test that you need to take to find out what your blood type is. All right? I love y'all for coming in. I appreciate everybody. And I'll see y'all on the next live. And I'm gone.